sis, let me tell you.
Hey, it's your sissies. You're listening to Sis Let Me Tell You podcast. We're your hosts.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Jazz. And this is our 100th episode.
Woo! And our 100th take of this beginning. So,
not there
what's
being a short
goody?
An outage, internet outage in my neighborhood. So we running on fumes here. We gonna see how this go.
Not fumes.
Yeah, fumes. I'm doing this. I got Tracy right here by the desk doing this. Those are the fumes.
His breath is the fumes. Mm-hmm. Now tell me how that works.
I don't know. It's science.
How does that
baby.
then turn into internet?
It's science. Read a book. I don't know.
Read a book for once. Okay. Yeah. Let me know which book I should read. I'll give it a look. It is our 100th episode. We cannot believe it that we're
That's
here.
Major.
And
Triple
it's
digits.
all thanks to you guys. So
yeah, let's
we
get
appreciate
sentimental
you
for a sec.
Thanks for hanging in there with us, and
yeah,
hopefully we can keep bringing a quality product to you, and that will just reach higher heights.
That's right. Share our podcast with somebody, and that way we
share
can
it with 100 people because it's our 100th episode.
Or 100 of you each share it with one person. We'd be happy with that too.
No, the other way. What I said.
I can't think of 100 people.
You can tell people on the street.
Okay.
We have a Patreon.
Oh yeah.
Join it.
Yeah.
It is Sis Let Me Tell You podcast. You can find the link to it in any of our links on Instagram, in the show notes of every episode that we have. So you can easily find it. Just tap the link, join. We have a 7-day free trial. Mm-hmm. We have bonus content on there, which is different than what we do on our regular show.
Yeah.
Check it out.
And it's searchable now. I searched for it recently and I was able to find it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we had to do some tweaks with the settings. But we should be searchable. So even if you can't find the links, just search Sis Let Me Tell You podcast. You should see our logo and we should pop right up. And then click that join button and stop playing.
Immediately. Thank you.
That should be your New Year's resolution. Join our Patreon. Get closer with the sissies. I don't know. Yeah, okay, before we get started, we do have a voice memo that was sent to us by a listener, and I wanted to play it online. Yeah. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay.
Who's it from?
Oh, shoot. It is from... It is from Jilly, sending love. Cute.
Hi, Jilly.
Ready?
Okay.
Sis, let me tell you. So, I just did my Spotify 2023 wrap, and I found out y'all were my top podcast. I listened for 4,256 minutes, and I was a top 2% fan. So I just want to say thank you. I listen to you all mostly in the car to and from work. I love when I'm actually able to watch on Spotify. I am very proud of y'all in this podcast. Happy New Year, and I can't wait to hear next week's episode. Love you.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, my
Gia, thank you. She said in case you couldn't hear it all because it was kind of crackly. We were in her top 2% of She's in our top 2% of fans. She's listened to over 4,000 minutes of our podcast this past year, and that's so sweet. Thank you, Jill. Love you. Oh,
thank you.
We love to hear it.
So thoughtful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe people actually come to sit up and listen to us gab
about
bullshit and our thoughts. It's just so funny.
It is funny, but I'm happy about it because that's the whole reason why we started this podcast was because of the constant conversations that we're having, and we felt like people would want to listen to this.
I mean, people in person want to hear it. So it's like, we should be able to share this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very, very good. Thank you, Jill, for sending. If you're ever interested in sending a voice memo, you can go to our Linktree link, and there's a voice message or voice memo button down below, like near the bottom, but you'll see it. If it's under the category, send us a message, I think, or contact us or something like that. You'll find it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Okay. You want to get into this episode?
Sure.
Let's Dive in. Go.
Ooh.
Spill it, sis.
It is a good time to open up Instagram or Facebook to follow along with pictures, videos that have to do with what we're talking about. And some of this has to be seen. So go ahead and open it up.
Open it up. Well, we were sent many a things about this topic this week, and of course we're going to cover it, but it was great to also hear from people that listen to our podcast that they want to hear us talk about. Katt Williams, he's on everybody's tongue, on everybody's brain, on everybody's hate list,
on everybody's timeline.
Yeah,
he's everywhere.
His clips, he did he was on Shannon Sharp's podcast, Club Shay Shay.
Yeah. I hate the name. Sorry.
Club Shay Shay. I read that name came from like when he was in school, college maybe, and his friends nicknamed his dorm room Club Shay Shay or something like that. And so it has a meaning. It's not just like, I want this to be Club Shay Shay, and that makes sense.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it doesn't fit.
Like it because it means something sentimental to you. No, yes. So he was a guest on Shannon Sharp's show, and SSS, and he lit it up.
Did he set this world ablaze or nah? Well, first let's start by saying
wreckage.
Yeah, everybody was in the line of fire. All comedians, just about. The interview was 2 hours and 45 minutes. Well, the episode was. I don't know what they may have cut, but
that's true too. If they edited it,
right?
At all. Yeah.
And it's on YouTube, so we don't necessarily need to go through like line by line what he talked about. You could just go watch it for yourself. Yeah. It's worth it. I mean,
we watched the whole thing,
the entire thing, and it was so worth it.
I was cracking up.
The first 30 minutes or so, he's blowing it back.
Lighting people's asses on fire.
Left and right.
Now, Shannon was wearing the tightest sweatsuit I've ever seen.
Was it a sweatsuit? It didn't look like a sweatsuit.
Whatever it was.
It was a monochromatic look, but it didn't look like a sweatsuit, but it was tight.
I don't know what it was. It was tight.
And it was beige, tan. Popped off of his skin. I was distracted by his hair in his hair.
His hair's thinning.
His hairline is trash, and then he tried to put this goofy ass dramatic part, and it looked horrible. It was just so distracting.
It's not doing well.
But they wouldn't get him from that angle much.
That's true. Like, from above. Never do that again.
Don't.
Now, now we're done tearing Shannon apart.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on the entire interview?
It's hard because he went so many places. I didn't really take notes for real. I was like, we'll just let this conversation flow. But I did write a couple things down that I did not want to forget to talk about.
Okay, go.
Well, one, I'll say that Shannon Sharp didn't even need to be there. They introduced Katt Williams and he took flight. Shannon didn't say nothing for the first half hour.
Yes, he kept trying to interject with either a question or a clarifying statement, and Katt was like, No. He's like, I don't need you to do this. You hush. I've got this.
Correct.
Yeah.
The interview went really well.
Yeah, it did.
On Katt's part, he was very open. He's much smarter than I imagined.
Jasmine, same. I meant to write down some of the numbers he was saying.
I did write
those down. As far as how many books he read and stuff like that.
Oh, he said he read about 3,000 books a year from the age of 6 to 12 or something. He said a year.
Is that what he said?
Mm-hmm, something like that. And I found that kind of odd for him to
I thought he was saying he read 3,000, and this is why I wanted to write it down. I thought he said he read 3,000 books
from the age of
the ages. Yeah, this and this.
I remember him saying a year, and that's why I was confused. But maybe that's the case. It's still a lot of books. He was an avid reader as a kid. And he was literate at the age of 3. He could read.
Which is great.
and he left home at the age of 13. I didn't know none of that.
And that they were Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay, I didn't get that they were Jehovah's Witnesses.
That's what he said.
He did? I missed that.
His family was Jehovah's Witness.
Oh.
And they were super religious.
Yeah.
And that he's from Ohio. He was raised in Dayton, which I thought was interesting.
I thought that was interesting too. Our mom is from Dayton.
Mm-hmm. And that he left because him and his dad had an altercation that seemed physical.
Yeah. And he lost the fight.
And that he basically was just like, this lifestyle is not where I see myself. Right. So I'm going to hit the road, Jay.
And he moved to Florida by himself.
On his own at 13.
With his puppy and a backpack.
A Rottweiler puppy. Yeah.
Who exactly was catching the heat?
Bullets, absolute sprays. Cedric the Entertainer, I would say by far got the worst of it.
I would say that Cedric the Entertainer and Ricky Smiley both together got lit up.
Correct.
How they're still standing, I don't know.
Honestly, people have been pulling up receipts.
And that's what's got me in like a tizzy. Because I feel like Katt Williams has always been a talker. He's going to say what's on his mind. He don't have a problem saying what's on his mind. But I've never caught him like just straight up lying. Like I've never...
He will exaggerate.
Yes. But he's a comedian as well. And that's what they do. Just for the comedy, just for a good storytelling. You're going to doing a little exaggeration. I'm okay with exaggerating. I can deal with a little exaggeration.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't believe he's sitting up here lying about none of it.
Honestly, I don't either. Now, they did have to correct him on
the years.
That he was saying that a movie came out and whatever. And then he said,
was when
if I didn't speak, okay.
Some stand-up.
I think everybody's brain, he's not reading a script. Like, he's going off of his brain. So
we're talking about two different things.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I think we're the same thing. Because it was the year that the movie... a certain movie came out. I think he was talking about Friday or something, or next Friday, right?
I thought when I heard him, the other guy interject with the years. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, he was talking about a joke that he did in front of some audience. I don't know if it was at Comic View or not. And then Cedric the Entertainer came and did it on Kings of Comedy, like a couple years later.
You're correct. Yeah, you're correct. That's what I was meaning to say.
Yes.
And what I was trying to say was that is a normal thing for you to recall something and then say the wrong year. Like, that doesn't equate that he's lying to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he claimed that.
Okay.
Well, he claimed that Ricky Smiley lied because Ricky Smiley did an interview with Shannon before this, and that's what got all of this started. I think that's the whole reason why he accepted to do this interview in the first fucking place. He heard Ricky Smiley.
Well, Steve Harvey did too. Steve Harvey also did an interview with Shannon Sharp before this, and
that's what lit him up. He's pissed.
That's
like,
what
I gotta
he
get up in there and
addressed
clear it up. Yeah. If Ricky Smiley had kept his mouth shut, he probably wouldn't have been catching all these bullets like he was. I'm just saying. I mean, he may have, but Ricky Smiley's big lie was that they wanted, on Friday, he was supposed to play the role. He wasn't supposed to be the Santa.
Friday,
he was supposed to be whoever. Girl, who was it?
Was it Money Mike?
Yeah.
Or Money? Yeah.
He was supposed to be Money Mike, and Katt Williams was supposed to be Santa Claus, and he was like, no. Now, the one thing that I did see was Ice Cube came out and did like a little statement on social media, just trying to clear the air.
Jasmine, it was so hard to watch that video. He was talking so slow.
He was talking so, but he looked like every dad in America.
Hard to get to the point. I was like, what are you trying to say?
What he was saying was there were a couple things he was trying to get straight. He wanted to like clear the air, make sure that everything on the record was correct. Katt Williams was claiming that no, that's not true. I never swapped roles with Ricky Smiley. Like what?
Yep.
Ice Cube confirmed that's true. He did not switch. Like we saw him and we were like, he'd be best for Santa. That's just what it is. Another thing was a rape scene. Ice Cube said that they've never, like, that's not even his style. So I don't know where the rape scene came in at. Also, he said the lines for each role were already written. But when they have comedians come on, they allow them to kind of
ad lib
and stuff. Yeah. And he said Katt Williams was so good. They kept making his role bigger and bigger. Yeah. So they kept adding to it. And so, yeah, after that, I guess it was him.
He is making his own lines.
He is. But he made it seem like he wrote the whole damn script from
jump.
Yeah. Exaggeration.
But that's an embellishment.
Yes.
Right.
So
not a lie. It's just an embellishment.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah. He's just
honestly, the semantics of this is not important to me.
Yeah.
Because what he's dropping, the gems, they
are valid.
And the receipts are not lying because it's recorded. So
people are showing,
honestly,
comedians back in the day doing these jokes, and then these newer aged, well, I guess they're not newer aged, but Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey copying jokes word for word, or just changing one detail in the story that is clearly taken from another comedian, and the other comedian set it up to where they made this joke. It was based off their lives,
their life story. Yeah, it don't even apply to you. Yeah,
but we wouldn't know that unless the internet were a thing. The internet, nobody knew that social media was going to be something like this, to where we'd be able to go back and play the footage and compare side by side, compare notes.
Correct.
Another thing. He was not, Shannon was not the best interviewer at all.
I would agree with that.
He took a lot of different turns that made absolutely no sense, no connection. He would ask a question, or Katt would be talking about something, and then he would steer the conversation a totally different way, when he could have stayed in that vein a little bit and just kind of gotten there. Like, when you have your list of questions.
Someone wrote out these questions, right?
And he went
obviously no one knew. Bingo. No one knew the avenues that this interview was going to take. No one saw this coming but Katt, right?
Right.
So whoever wrote out this cue card said, these are questions that people are going to want to know.
Yeah.
And facts about him that you can bring up.
Right.
And he can explain.
Yes.
But what he didn't do was read this card ahead of time.
Yes.
If he would have known what was already on the card, he could have skipped around like, ooh, that's a question that we've got. He read 1 to 20, like you said.
In order.
Straight down. Now he already done talked about his childhood. Now you're bringing the childhood back up. And he's like, yeah, we already covered that.
Yeah.
Huh?
It just did not flow. One thing that made me so mad was Shannon asked Katt Williams about the $50 million thing that Dave Chappelle passed up. He turned down $50 million. And then Katt responded, I've turned down $50 million 4 times. And he started to go down a rabbit hole, made a turn, and Shannon never steered him back to answer the question. I wanted to hear it. He knew the answer, and he didn't answer it. And then the next question was about Prince. What?
Yeah.
I was like, what? I wanted to hear about Dave Chappelle and a $50 million thing he turned down. And I have a feeling it had to do with
his show. Huh?
The Illuminati or something. He kept referencing they and them, talked about when they agree, they get this. True. He went to an Illuminati meeting with Luda. He had to cut off his facial hair, cut his hair. I mean, it was wild, but you could tell he's really giving some industry shit he shouldn't be getting.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sure is.
So I
thought that it was more about the Chappelle show. Like maybe something, an offer with that, and it didn't align with,
they may have wanted him to do something he didn't want to do. He made it seem like there was more to the story, and he was about to tell us. And then he got sidetracked by his own thoughts, and nobody ever circled back to have him answer the question. What? How you gonna move on from the question as an interviewer and you didn't even get it answered? We clearly want that answer.
Yeah.
That pissed me off.
Yikes.
Big time. Because I was waiting.
That is frustrating.
Yeah.
That is frustrating. And I hate when that happens on just regular, podcasts that I'll listen to if, someone is interviewing someone else and then a question doesn't get answered and then you never make your way back. And I'm like, okay, but what about that question? Like, that frustrates me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Whatever.
I was trying to think of who else he was talking about. Kevin Hart. He came at Kevin Hart hard. Basically, he's an industry plant. And once he explained it, it makes total sense to me. Where did he come from? He was never down like in the streets, in the paint, getting in the paint. He just popped up one day and was funny and successful. And nobody is going like, he's lying. I would never. Nobody's saying that.
They don't want to open up that can of worms.
No.
Because Katt, he's got words for days.
And he's got receipts that he's willing to pull out if need be. He said he was at every last one of these places. This isn't hearsay.
Yeah, right. And honestly, I've always liked Katt Williams. Always.
Yes.
He's been funny as shit.
Always.
For a long time. But this made me like him 10 times more.
Oh my God, yes. I didn't know he had 19 specials. And I didn't know he funded them bitches himself.
Right.
Girl.
And I didn't know he adopted so many kids. And I also didn't know that
he adopted 7 kids.
I also didn't know that he drops big bills in homeless shelters because he was homeless at a point and whatever city he's performing in.
He pays his tithes basically in whatever city he made that money in, which is beautiful.
It's crazy.
Then he also said something about how he has a lot of women staff and they'll deliver bags of money to comics in need or whatever with no note attached, no nothing. It's just like, here, I don't want the notoriety for it. I don't need to be noticed or, praised for doing this. You need it. Here it is. You don't even have to know who it's from. That's beautiful.
Right. It's just a blessing. Here you go. And I did also found it interesting that he prefers company and to work around women instead of other men.
That doesn't shock me at all.
It doesn't shock me, but it was interesting to hear still.
Okay.
Like, he has all his staff is mostly women and that's not typical in the comedy realm.
Yeah.
It just isn't.
When Tracy saw this interview before I did. And I saw a couple clips when he came to me about it, but there weren't as many clips out. This is like when it first hit. So it was like, I heard about it, but I haven't watched it yet. Yeah. So he said, did you hear about, Katt doing this Club Shay Shay interview? And I was like, yeah, I heard about it, but is he crackish? I hadn't heard much. I was just truly curious. What's he looking like? Like, what's going on with him? Because we haven't seen him in a while. So I just wanted to is he good? And yeah, I always do associate drugs with him, but he's never been like busted for being on drugs or anything like that.
He smokes a lot of weed. But
yeah. So
and cigarettes.
I feel bad for that too.
Oh.
I feel bad for
assuming.
Yeah, because I always have just assumed that he dibbles and dabbles because he kind of looks like he gives real pimp vibes. It's his
personality. Huh?
He gives real pimp vibes. Like he would actually be a pimp in real life.
I thought you said pit bull, and I was like,
no.
What?
He gives pimp vibes. His look, he doesn't dress well.
It's the perm.
Yeah. And he almost looks like he just doesn't have a lot of money. He doesn't spend a lot. He said that. Somebody tried to say he had a fake. Oh, it was Mike Epps joke that he had a fake Fendi coat on. Then they found the coat on Fendi and it was real. His outfit was atrocious. That hat,
terrible. He has terrible style.
Yeah.
Let's just start there. He does not dress well. Girl, the hat with whatever was underneath.
Was it locked?
Was he in between perms?
Girl, I was very confused. It was big though. So it's like
big.
It looked like he was covering locks, but why? And it didn't match the Fendi coat.
at all. And then he kept adjusting the hat, like almost like it's not sitting the way I'm sure he could see himself, and it wasn't sitting the way he wanted it to. So he kept trying to correct it, like you'd be doing with your curls. And and it was just like, but why is the hat even on,
girl?
What's happening underneath the hat,
girl? I don't know. That was strange to me, but again, it goes with him. Like, I don't give a fuck. Oh, I don't give a fuck what y'all think about me. I kept my hat on because that big ass chain.
The chain was gaudy. Woke folk. I said, okay.
Yikes.
Yeah. But no, it was a delight to watch.
It really was. It gave me such insight on how he thinks, and the fact that he's an actual intellectual. It's just like,
he is
wait,
so
what?
Smart. Because
he
his
worked
comedy
hard for this.
Doesn't lead you to believe that he's book smart. Not that he sounds dumb or anything, because it's very clever to come up with the way he tells his jokes. Yeah. But it was still surprising to me, at least, to hear how intelligent he actually is.
I agree. It was refreshing.
Yeah.
So if you haven't gone to watch it, it's on YouTube. You can find it. It's not behind a paywall or anything. Club Shay Shay. Right. Just Google Katt Williams, Club Shay Shay.
Thankfully, that was not behind a paywall. Yeah. I needed to see it. My eyes thanked me. They said, thank you.
Well, I noticed on YouTube, Club Shay Shay only has it's a lot, 2 million subscribers. Oh, but the video itself got over 29 million already in 3 days. So Katt Williams did him a favor.
And 1 million likes, over 1 million likes, which, likes
likes are hard to come by, boy. Whew.
Don't we know it?
Nope.
Yeah. So that's really good. I mean, that was the best guest he's probably ever had and probably will have for a while. So
I think so too. I did see something that I didn't get a chance to read because we were about to hop on here, but I saw that Shannon Sharp was claiming he was uncomfortable that Katt Williams talked bad about some of his friends.
Yeah,
but I didn't get to
you
read.
could tell in the interview
uncomfortable.
He was just like, oh, come on, not him, and he's like, no, we're gonna get on to everybody's ass. Sorry. And honestly, the people that I felt like Shannon was trying to
defend,
protect, were like, that's who you about to die on a hill for? I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it. I don't know this person from Adam. If Katt wants to tear him down, I'm here to watch it.
I saw something else earlier today online, and it made me think that would be good. I saw somebody say that the next interview that they want to hear from would be Monique. Oh, because she gonna tell it all. But then somebody commented back, like, because the original post was saying like, who you need to have next on Club Shay Shay is Monique, because she gonna spill it all, just like Katt Williams did. It's gonna be the girl version, and because she's got a lot to say, and she don't mind dropping names either because she's already been blackballed. What else y'all gonna do? Yeah. So then somebody replied and was like, no, the reason Katt Williams was so open is because he felt comfortable, and it wasn't because Shannon made him feel comfortable. Shannon was just there. Monique wouldn't be comfortable. She needs to go somewhere where she's actually like embraced, you're in a safe space, blah blah blah, and then she'll be willing to tell it all. Club Shay Shay would not be the place. But to hear a tell all interview from her would be gold.
It would be juicy.
Oh yeah.
Now, and I would probably I don't know if I would take what she's saying as Bible.
Okay.
Like I took Katt.
She'd have to come with receipts.
Like you said, Katt ain't never lied.
Fair.
Never.
Oh, baby.
So, yeah. So I'm like, I'm tempted to believe everything he said, at least a fraction of it.
There's Monique, some truth to it.
We've heard her talk, and she kind of goes, all over the place. And I'm not sure which parts I can believe and which I can't, because I don't really have much rapport with her. I mean, for lack of a better word.
I'm gonna be honest. If Monique is talking about her own experiences, her past experiences, what's going on with her and her career mainly only just her, I'm gonna probably believe her. Because even if something isn't 100% accurate, it's how she felt in that moment. That's how it was received by her. And so I'm all ears.
Fair.
And I'm going to be stop it.
That I would, I could never argue with someone's personal experiences. But as far as her name dropping and making claims like Katt Williams did, those are more or less facts. And I'm
a believer.
Teetering.
She knows at this point that if she says something, it's going to be fact checked. Somebody's going to find it on the internet and prove you right or wrong. So
that's true. Okay.
She knows. Yeah, I think she would get on and tell her truth. And I'm going to be right there salivating as she does so.
Not salivating. Okay. Any last thoughts on the interview?
I think we pretty much summed it up. I definitely think everybody should go watch it.
Immediately. And you think that, oh, dang, almost 3 hours. I ain't got that kind of time. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
You're at work.
I did it while completing a puzzle. I listened to it.
Oh, that was smart.
And it goes by just so quick because you're eating every word he says. Yes. So it's too easy. So get into it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what else you got? Thanks, listeners, for sending that in.
Thank you. Okay. Now, I brought this because Rachel Lindsey, the
first black bachelorette.
Love her. Her husband, Brian Abasolo, he filed for divorce.
You lying.
You didn't hear about this?
No.
Fans are shocked, confused, and devastated. Pretty much your reaction just now. Filed for divorce, sweetie, on irreconcilable differences.
Oh, no. I always
Jasmine
felt icky about him.
Icky?
Remember when she was bachelorette and she was in love with that white man?
Jasmine, I did not see her season.
You didn't?
You know that. No.
Oh,
I didn't start watching The Bachelor or The Bachelorette until Dustin.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
well, long
totally
story short,
right.
She had like final 2 or 3. 3 maybe. I don't remember the details. This was years ago. But there was this one white boy on there that was number 1 fine as hell. And their chemistry was undeniable. But he wasn't sure if he would be ready to be engaged at the end. So she chose the other option. And that's who she ended up marrying.
Big mistake. Huge. And I remember you telling me that when it happened. And I was just like, oh, I would feel, especially, I know he watched the season after it was through.
Yeah.
He had to.
Yeah.
And to have seen that, he had to feel a certain way.
They haven't even been married that long, I don't think.
No, because they took forever. 2019.
Yeah, I was going to say, he took forever to actually marry her. And
yeah. So they've been married a little over 4 years.
Dang. I've listened to her podcast. And I haven't listened to it in a while, so I feel bad because there may have been updates on there. Probably not. She may not have even seen this coming. But people will ask her about him, and they just don't seem super connected. But it could just be me looking from the outside in, too.
Right.
And then I think his mom may be a bit overbearing as well. But
well, I felt like clearly she had chosen someone. And it sounded like it was the other guy. And then she settled for this guy.
That's exactly what she did. She settled.
And to me, even if you're doing your best acting, or if you do truly feel, really strong for this person, they know that they were your second choice. And certain things that you do and say may lend itself to them feeling that way.
Yes. All right. Well, I told you guys that my internet in my neighborhood is out, so I was frozen.
It's been acting
deal
up.
with it. I left and I've come back. If it freezes, if my picture freezes again, you'll still be able to hear my voice. We gonna keep it rolling for a little bit because I'm not gonna keep stopping and starting this episode. So
let's hope whatever position you get stuck in is not about
one of these.
Anyway, basically, yeah.
And then I'll just sit here like this the whole time and talk like this in case I get stuck.
Enough.
But that was all we had to say about Rachel. Lindsey?
Yeah, that was all I had to say.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like that had to have played a role in their marriage as far as him being second best and knowing it.
Maybe not. I don't know. I will never know, I guess. But girl, I might start listening into that podcast again. That's what I meant to do, girl. Got on Instagram while we were waiting and lost sight.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure she'll talk about it at some point. So
one of our listeners just sent us this, so I was like, I could mention that.
Okay, what is it?
Girl, go to Instagram. Keke Palmer. She becomes the first woman in 15 years to win an Emmy for a game show host.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I was like, what game show
stuff?
For Password. I've never heard of it. But it has to do with Jimmy Fallon because she thanked Jimmy Fallon. She said, couldn't do it without you, Jimmy Fallon. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be a part of such a classic game show such as Password. It's a true honor. I won. I'm excited. Boots. Thank you to television. Blah, blah, blah.
Wow. I never heard of this show, but okay.
That's cute.
Of course she does.
Oh.
I did know that there was an award show tonight.
Girl, I didn't.
And,
I didn't.
Oh, yeah. Just because when I was looking through stuff, they were like, here's what people wore. And I'm like, okay. So, was it tonight? Girl, I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Girl.
But I knew there was an award show. And so
I'm assuming it's tonight. If she's posting it tonight, then it's tonight.
Okay.
Tonight is the night that we ride. All right. I just wanted to mention, because I know everybody probably saw it, the Jeff Epstein documents that were leaked, people's names in documents and such. There were lists floating around of people that were in the documents, but I do want to point out that just because names appeared in the documents does not mean that they were doing illegal activity. These names, the documents were released from a 2015, I think, case with one of the victims, and she was suing Maxine. What's the girl's name? What's the lady's name?
Gayleen.
Thank you. Maxwell, girl. Not Maxine. Maxwell. And so those were released from that case. But a lot of it has to do with Jeff Epstein and the people that they,
of course,
dealt with. So names could have been from, an email that he sent where he just mentioned someone's name, but it appears in the documents, and people are like running with these lists that they put together. There's no real list. These are documents with hundreds of pages, hundreds and hundreds of pages. So people are having to read these documents, court documents at that, transcribe them, and then kind of see who's what. Some people are mentioning. So I just want to say that I did just now find this person. Their pronouns are they, she, but their name on Instagram is Under the Desk News.
Ooh,
fire!
You're in.
Oh,
you're in.
Bitch! I'm going way back.
Okay.
I don't like watching the news on the TV. I like getting my news.
I don't
either
either.
via my phone based on what it is.
The
condensed version.
Size. Yeah.
When I say this is as bite size as it needs to be, they will go
Bring
on.
it closer to me.
Okay. It's just them talking in every video. She's like leaned over. That's just like the style of they're a journalist.
I was just trying to see if I recognize this person, but I don't.
Oh, okay. They're a journalist.
Okay.
And so a lot of what they're doing, they're just reporting things to us, but it's bite size. It's just what you need to know. She gives so much detail in these videos, and it is. But she's been making these videos about the Epstein. They're actually going through the files and reading them themselves, and then giving us
what?
Yes, like they had like a countdown of when they would be released. Like looking out, they knew that the documents were going to be released by a certain time. They still haven't been released, y'all. But in the meantime, this is what we're waiting on, and this is what's going on right now. I mean, it is good. It was an immediate follow.
Wow.
Immediate. And then they're going to go through and explain, like, okay, so this person's name came up. She talked about how Bill Clinton was mentioned over 50 times. And, you know, names could have been on Epstein's flight. Not me being frozen already. His flight logs and stuff like that. So people that may have flown on his plane but didn't necessarily do anything wrong. So yeah, it was all of that. Very good page. The page, they're on TikTok too, but I don't know their name on TikTok. It's probably the same.
Similar.
Yeah. Under the Desk News. So go follow them if you're interested in that type of stuff. It's very, very entertaining.
Under the Desk.
Very interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I'm about to look for them right now.
I can't believe my
Okay, I think the next
like
topic
this.
is... That's okay, sis.
I know, but that's ghetto for our 100th episode.
Oh, yeah. I forgot it was the 100th. Well, we can't make the Wi-Fi do what she's supposed to be doing.
I know.
So.
And my mouth is open.
Under
the sea.
That's okay. Under the... Why am I doing this right now? I think the next topic is me.
Yeah,
Found
I'll send it to
them. No, I already got it. Bye. I don't need you.
Okay. You pull up your next topic, bitch.
They're on TikTok. They got 3 million on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh no, they do look familiar. Okay. Well, scandals. The next people to be under fire is T.I. and Tiny.
They've been under fire for many years.
For sexual allegations? Mm-hmm. They have?
Yes.
Well, here's a new one.
Okay.
They are being sued for sexual assault and battery by a woman. So it's a bit of a longer story about what happened. So I'm just going to read it straight from TMZ.
Okay.
So it's a Jane Doe, and she is claiming that she basically met T.I. and Tiny at a club, and then she was assaulted. So that's just kind of a little bit of the backstory. The woman says she ordered, and this made me giggle. 2 amaretto sours. Bitch.
Ew.
What?
Grow up.
Amaretto sours? Okay. On her own, before Tiny allegedly handed her another drink. One from which she never saw Tiny sip. So it's almost like she got this drink specifically for this girl, right?
Okay.
In which the woman also shared her drink with her friend who was with her. When T.I. decided to leave the club, the woman claims he asked her to ride with Tiny and him, while her friend would ride with Caviar, which is someone that I guess worked for them. Girl, I don't know. It's a person, Caviar, who said they were all going to the same place. So why are we riding in separate cars?
Right.
Okay. But that's not how it played out, allegedly. In the suit, the woman says 2 other women she didn't know got in an SUV with Tiny, T.I., and herself, and all 5 of them ended up in a hotel room. But Tiny kicked out the other 2 women because they were flirting too much with T.I.
Now, wait a minute.
Jasmine! Now, that sounds like something she would do. I'm going to be honest.
It does.
Once it was just the 3 of them, she alleges Tiny took her into the bathroom where she took off both of their clothes, and then a naked T.I. joined them, and they all got in the shower. Okay. Afterwards, she claims she was starting to feel lightheaded and extremely dizzy, and T.I. told her to go to bed. While he watched some porn, she allegedly handed her she alleges he handed her massage oil and demanded she give him a rub down.
What?
Okay. Eventually, Tiny joined them and allegedly pinned the woman on her stomach and began rubbing and grinding her naked body on the plaintiff.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. While that was happening, she alleges T.I. penetrated her vagina with his toe.
What? Girl, people can't make this type of shit up.
Cutters.
People cannot make this up. Who would think of that?
What? Your toe?
And what the fuck is a toe going to do for me? It has to be the big one. That's the only one that you got real control over.
The other ones are like
flimsy. They just go wherever the rest of the big toe goes. Yeah.
Yeah. And she told him, huh?
I said, oh boy.
Yeah. So he penetrates her vagina, allegedly, with his toe, and she told him no as she tried to push him away. Okay. According to the suit, he got up and said he was going to get a condom, but the plaintiff says she went to the bathroom to vomit. I'm assuming because she felt so dizzy and all that. She claims T.I. mockingly laughed at her and said, "Are you all right? Looks like you in last place." I don't even get what that means.
Girl, that also sounds like some shit he would say. Where is Tiny during all of this?
It does. She was the one that was rubbing her body, all over.
She's in bed too. Okay.
She pinned the plaintiff down on the bed on her stomach and then was grinding on her. And then that's when T.I. took his little crusty big toe and said, "Whoop," like, what?
Girl,
this don't even make sense.
Is what nightmares are made of.
Jasmine, she looks scary.
I know. That's what I'm talking about.
I know.
You want that pinning you in a time of passion? That's why he's got to bring people in. He's sick of this. I want her across the room.
He doesn't have to stay with her.
I think he has really an attachment to her. I think he loves her. She's
I'm sure he does.
Messed up.
But let's be clear, she's never been a beaut. Even before the accident. Never. She's always looked strange to me. But
she was a cute girl when she was younger.
No, ma'am. Okay. I saw a picture and I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, she used to be cute. Now, a lot of people used to love her. But now, Okay, so does it keep going?
They have responded, of course.
Oh, okay.
I can read the response to you.
Please.
The Harrises vehemently deny the charges, and this is in quotes. On the heels of positivity, negativity always rears its ugly head, says T.I. and Tiny in a joint statement to TMZ. So they responded to TMZ, which is shocking. This plaintiff has been threatening to file this lawsuit for 3 years. It's in all caps. For 3 years, we have empathetically and categorically denied all these allegations. For 3 years, we have maintained our innocence and refused to pay these extortionate demands for things that we didn't do. For 3 years, we've maintained the same position while the claims in this story have changed time and time again. Our position is clear. We are innocent of these fake claims. We will not be shaken down, and we look forward to our day in court. Unquote.
Ooh, yikes. Wow.
Each time I said 3, it was in all caps. So, your thoughts?
Wouldn't put it past them. So,
honestly,
do I know them personally? No, but T.I. is unpredictable, and I feel like Tiny would do anything to please him,
to keep him. Yeah, correct. Yeah. The more I find out about their family, I'm just like,
I'm not interested.
Girl, that fight
with his son, girl, big
the
teeth.
Tussle. Yeah. This is so strange.
Y'all never did laugh at my joke with the family tussle instead of the family hustle.
Who didn't laugh?
When I named the episode Family Tussle, nobody said anything.
But where were they supposed to type that they were laughing?
In the comments below, bitch. I don't know.
Okay.
You want to move on to drive-by?
Yeah, let's.
Okay. Meow. Well, we're going to do drive-by. But let me address the elephant in the room.
It's tomorrow now.
Yeah, me and Jess are in different clothing. It's a different day. We slept. We went night-night. My Wi-Fi said no more yesterday. And it just kept... We couldn't do the whole episode with me like this.
Mm-hmm. No. What are these poses?
No. Okay. No. So I was like, Jess, we need to call it, sis.
Yeah.
It's not looking good. So...
But much better today, so hopefully we won't have any interruptions. It'll just look like, now what happened? Whoa!
Yeah.
Magic!
What I miss. Exactly. Mm-hmm. So anywho, I am kind of glad that we
stopped and started over.
Waited a day. Yeah, I'm glad we stopped because I saw something else today that I was like, oh, I'm talking about it. Oh. So, and it's going to be funny to you.
Oh, good. Is it already on here?
Yep.
On the list?
It's a update.
Okay. Now I'm hoping it's not what I just saw.
Oh no.
But I did some more listener suggestions came in and they'll just be real quick. I'm just gonna
okay, well you gonna do them in between my drive-bys in? Mm-hmm. Okay. Very good. We'll see how long this episode ends up being.
That's gonna be long.
Multiple parter. I don't know how long this episode is so far. Okay, so usually our episodes are not this chaotic. For anybody watching for the first time, I swear we never have these issues.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
It's just on the big episodes where our computers want to clown.
Mm-hmm. They say we don't give a damn about your business.
So, motherfucking business, bitch. Okay. Well, we've been speculating for months now about Halle Bailey. And is she pregnant? Is she not? Is she having DDG's baby or not? What's going on with her? She's wearing poofy dresses. She won't admit it. Well, they announced the birth of their son. Mm-hmm. Are you surprised? What's your reaction to this?
No shit, Sherlock. It was just... We already knew, do you really think that you're telling us something we already didn't know? There was zero surprise to this.
I don't think it was supposed to be a surprise. She knew that we knew.
But it made it even stupider, her denying it so fucking bad.
Well, I think she denied it for her own safety and sanity.
Honestly, she didn't have to say something. Nothing. Don't come on and tell me nothing.
Then how would we... They just going to start appearing this baby?
No. I mean, so when people are speculating, you don't need to rebut the speculations. Just don't say anything. If you are trying to keep your peace and whatever, and people are like, bitch, you pregnant because I could tell. And she's like, no, I'm not. Girl, this. No, I'm not. What?
But if she didn't come back and say, no, I'm not, then the internet would have went wild and it would have been obvious that she's for sure pregnant. She's not even saying no. Well, yeah, it was. But I don't know, sis. I think she thought she was going to be able to conceal it better than she did.
It was a horrible concealing. I mean,
but the fact that she was able to film an entire movie and do all of I don't know if she was actually pregnant while filming.
I don't think so.
Okay. But she did all the press and, pubbing it pregnant. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's hard work.
Of course, in the beginning, just a little poof will do. But girl, it was her in that sweatsuit.
Ball gowns.
Wow. No. The sweatsuit when she was on the streets running errands. Girl, you should have stayed at home if you was trying to hide it so bad.
It was paparazzi got her, obviously. You can't just stay in the house, especially when you got shit to do.
Yeah.
That's just the life of being famous, I guess. And I can relate.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
How?
I'm sure it's paparazzi outside my house right now.
Jasmine, shut up.
Okay. Well, do you want to know how they revealed that she had a baby? Did you see the picture?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a
picture
bracelet
of the baby's hand and wrist wearing a bracelet and a Walmart onesie with her in the hand.
Jasmine, what will make you say that?
It looks like a Walmart onesie. Granimals. Geranimals, whatever it's called. That's what it looked like. That's fine. We all do it. It's just funny.
The animal cookies? Is that what you're talking about?
No, the brand. Geranimals, I think is the brand. Walmart. And they just sell like really inexpensive baby clothes.
Okay.
And it be them onesies that everybody got. And they be having cute little patterns on them and stuff. But it's giving
girl, the baby's name is Halo. Because you're getting into petty land. And
well, you asked. You asked.
Well, I didn't know what I said. Why would you say that? That's what I said.
And I began to tell you. The baby's wearing a bracelet with the word Halo on it. The baby's hand is in her hand, and then DDG's hand is underneath. So it's like a family.
Yeah, it was sweet. It was a sweet little photo.
I like the name Halo.
I do too.
I think it's beautiful. I don't know if I like it for a boy. I guess I do.
I don't care who it's for. It sounds unisex to me.
Okay. I think it's a pretty name.
Like,
it's funny because
think of a fine ass little black boy coming up to you saying, "My name's Halo." Love it.
Chocolate too.
Love it.
No chocolate Halo, Jesus. Well, it's funny because I don't know what year that was. What I saw a video of DDG, but I don't remember when that video came out. Mm-hmm. Somebody was asking him. They must have been on like live or something.
Okay.
And I don't know who the girl was, but I'm assuming she's like a cousin or a sister just based on the way they were talking.
Okay.
This is all speculation. But she asked him in the video, I guess she was asking him a series of questions. And she was like, if you had a child, what would you name them? Oh. And he was like, no, I don't want to tell you. Y'all gonna steal it. And then he was like, I would name the baby Halo. And she was like, that's cute. And then he was like, no, don't none of y'all go steal it. He's like, oh, that's all right. It don't matter. Y'all baby gonna be lame anyway. So it don't matter. Y'all kids gonna be lame. So it don't matter. Y'all can take it. Yeah.
So he really wanted this from like a long time ago?
Yes. A long time ago. Yeah.
That's adorable. I'm glad that
I thought so too.
Agreed. Like, okay, yeah, let's do it.
Sis, she's gonna agree. She's a yes girl. If you ain't never seen one.
Jasmine, you don't know shit about her. Stop.
I don't.
I can't stand you. I truly can't.
I don't see her saying no to him often.
Okay.
Let's start there.
Alrighty. Did you see
they had the baby, y'all.
Yeah, they had the baby. Did you see his videos of, or it was just one video of him talking about fatherhood?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
So he was sitting in his Rolls Royce and he was wearing a Dior hoodie. Jasmine, I was just
Jess is rolling her eyes in these pauses. Okay.
I can't. I mean, he just wants you to know, I've got money. And he's sitting there talking. Exactly. Super new. Yeah. And he's sitting there talking. And what he's talking about, it is very sweet. He's just talking about how fatherhood has been so far. And he said, honestly, I feel like I'm an expert at this point. And I was looking like,
oh, that's because that baby sleep.
Exactly.
That baby sleep all day.
Correct. He said that, he changes the diapers and that he's turned it into almost like a video game at this point.
Oh.
He said it's kind of fun. And then he said he's been peed on 3 times. He needs the little teepees, but somebody gift him that. And he said, and I don't even be mad. I'm just like, that's okay. And he said that she's a great mom. Like, I'm doing his voice. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm just like, I'm so impressed. And he said that he watched the baby come out of her. He said, I don't plan to have like a ton of kids, so I don't know how many times I'll get a chance to be a part of this. So he said he wanted to experience all of it. And he went down there and looked, and he was amazed. He said, man, I just got a newfound respect for women and blah, blah, blah. It was a very sweet video.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you that Tracy was adamant about not seeing the baby come out? And I was like, grow up.
I'm not surprised. Most men don't want to see it.
And then the OB that we had, she was a friend of ours. And so she convinced him in the moment, like, she was like, you want to see? And he was like, no. She said, you sure? And he was like, okay. And girl, he was all up in there looking.
Nuh-uh, not peeling the eyes back.
And he was happy that he did. Of course, because it's a beautiful thing. It's messy. A mess. It's a mess. But it's a beautiful thing.
Okay.
It is. Seeing birth coming out and it's something you create. It's like,
yeah, that's true. If you were involved, yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Anywho, that was supposed to be a drive-by. That was long.
That's okay. And that was a listener suggestion. I don't know if you said that.
It was. My bad. Yeah, somebody sent that to us.
Okay. So remember last week when we talked about Jonathan Majors getting the boot from Marvel, and they were trying to, people were speculating like who's going to be the next Kang the Conqueror, right? Well, the fans have already decided who they want. Coleman Domingo. He is an actor from The Color Purple, and he was in Euphoria. If you don't know who he is,
he sure was.
He was
wasn't
the guy that was
Euphoria.
in rehab helping. What was her name on there? I don't know.
Yes.
Anywho.
Yes, he sure was. Yeah. He's 54. He looks good.
I don't know. Is he?
Yeah, I just looked him up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he does look really good. Yeah,
he looks good. Big old lips.
Yeah, he's a looker. He's a looker now.
He's a looker. Yeah, that mustache is big, but he's a looker.
And it's giving push broom. But, you know, I'm not a fan of just a mustache and a naked chin. That's
me neither.
That's never a vibe I want.
Never. I'm assuming he had to do it maybe for a role.
I don't know.
Because normally he has a beard.
Oh, okay. So maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Makes it complete.
Well, either way, he kind of addressed, you know, the fans saying like, oh, it should be you. He's like, I mean, yeah, that would be really cool. But I don't know what is true, whether they're actually considering me or not. He said, I don't even get that type. I'm paraphrasing. I don't even, you know, haven't heard from my team about this. So y'all talking about it is cool, but until I get something solid from my team, I'm not going to believe the hype.
But y'all can keep talking about it.
But y'all can keep talking about it. Exactly.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
He said, the fans are passionate. Somehow my name is out there in the world, and I like the idea of just having your name called and someone speaking lovingly and kindly about something is a beautiful thing. So he's flattered, y'all.
Beautiful thing. Oh,
he's flattered.
He should be. He's going to be the next Jonathan Majors. Should I just bring up the update now then?
Oh, that's up to you.
Jonathan, that's a good segue.
Sure.
Okay. Well, I have it on my phone. Okay. I took a screenshot this morning, and you tell me if this is what you saw.
I'm sure it is, but yes, let's go for it.
Okay. Well. So I'll give you some backstory. I had just turned the TV on. No. I didn't have the TV on. I was on my phone on Instagram, and you know how Instagram will show you ads? It was a Good Morning America ad. And I was like, where the fuck did this come from?
Right.
And it was explaining that they were going to do an interview, a morning exclusive with Jonathan Majors. I look at it and it said it started at 7. Girl, I looked at the clock. It's 7:30. Let me go to Good Morning America.
You
turned it on, watched it live like the grannies. Sure did.
You lying. Okay, go ahead.
It was short. Now, I will say I had the channel on and then it became background noise at some point because it didn't start right at 7. They had Good Morning America just playing. It was news and everything.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Like, well, what time does it actually start?
The hook. Yeah.
Yes.
So they have to tell you 7, so you're already there watching, but he ain't
it was sandwiched in. Because it wasn't at the very end like I thought it would be. And it became background noise at some point. And then I looked up and he was on the screen. I was like, what have I missed? But it sounded like it was at the very beginning.
Okay.
It was very short. It was a black lady interviewing him. I didn't get her name. It don't matter. Look it up, Bookworm. But she was asking him questions about his trial and the result of his trial. And so I want to paint the picture for you. They're in a room, you know how they do, with 2 chairs facing each other and like a light on top of him. So it's like really serious. Okay. He's sitting there. I can't remember if his legs are crossed or not. Let's be honest. I'm sure they're crossed.
Stop. What?
Lips pursed.
Howdy, sis?
Pout. Big pout. Tears action.
You lying. He crying?
He cried multiple times. And he didn't just wipe his eyes. He's doing this. So that you know he's crying. It gave
performance?
It gave performance to me. Yeah.
You lying.
It didn't seem... He's been prepped for this. That's clear.
Yeah.
And it didn't come off genuine to me. At all.
You lying, sis.
His answers didn't seem genuine. One of the questions she asked, I wish I would have taken better mental notes of like the actual questions, but I was so focused on him and then what else I'm about to tell you.
Sis.
It was him and then what else I'm about to, I haven't gotten there yet. But she asked questions like, would you have done something differently or so, based on now that you've gone through all of this, what would you have done differently? And he said, basically, I'm paraphrasing, but he basically was like, I would have made sure I wouldn't have gotten the car. I wouldn't have gotten the car. I would have put her back in the car and I would have sent her back. And I would have took off running. I would not have put her in the car. Okay.
Wait, what?
They were talking about what?
So he's saying instead of trying to force her back in the car, he would have just let her stand there and still took off running?
No, I think it was because she saw his phone in the car and that's what made her angry. So I think he meant like before all of this happened, I just would not have gotten in the car.
Oh, at all?
We wouldn't have gone. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm assuming. She asked about their relationship. I didn't know that this girl was an actress. I didn't remember that. I thought she was a nobody.
Wow.
She was they met on a set of, what was it? Ant-Man?
Oh, I could see that.
Okay. I could be wrong, but that sounds right to me.
Okay.
And they met on the set and that's how they met and started dating. That makes so much more sense to me than her just being a rando.
It does. But honestly, if we're going to go back in time, which is fake, go back to before you even met this hoe. I mean, why are we starting so far into the relationship when it got bad still? Go all the way back if you're going to rewind.
He said that because their relationship was kind of tumultuous to begin with, I guess. It was a toxic relationship. And she mentioned something about him, those text messages where he was like, I just want to leave this earth. And he said he's had thoughts like that since he was a child, but he's been able to manage them. And then I think a tear dropped on that one.
Of course.
Now, what had me absolutely just in shambles in this room, they talked about Megan Good. Okay. So he's sitting there crying. And the host is asking him about Megan. And when he
wait, what is the face?
He's so proud.
What? Does he do that face often?
Then he goes, she's like, because Megan's here in the room with you right now. Like, basically, like, she's such a big supporter of you. What a beautiful relationship. She was with you that entire trial. She's actually here with you right now. Girl, they pan over. This bitch is sitting like 5 feet away. And this her face. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
She's like she's into the camera. And like, she's just so, girl, she's hired help. She is into this.
She is paid to be
so then he starts talking. Yeah, basically. He starts talking about her and their relationship. She is just such a breath of fresh air. She's like my Coretta.
Yes. Okay. That was what I was giggling at when you were getting ready on the call. That's what I was giggling at.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to talk about this. And then I was like, oh, shit. She added it. Well, did you see what people's responses were to it?
No, I haven't seen anything about this on the internet besides the actual interview.
Oh,
girl, post them if you got them.
I will. People are absolutely livid. They're like, not him bringing up Coretta again.
Huh? Like, that's his true thought of a woman, you know, of the wife. That's what he wants. He wasn't joking when he said that to this white woman.
Now
he really wants
here's
that.
The question I have. Mm-hmm. Does he think he's Martin
Luther King? Because he ain't.
Because we've got issues. What's happening?
And maybe that's what Megan said back to him. I'll be your Coretta, but you got to be my Martin. Because what we not doing is this mess you done got yourself in that I'm about to get you out of. We're not going back to this. How much longer are they going to be together?
Oh, good question. How long? Well, he hasn't been sentenced yet, right?
No, he has not.
So I think
there's a way that he could stay out of jail. I don't think he's going to jail.
Oh, you don't? So
let's say he's not.
Okay, he's going to have to pay some money.
A year. Yeah, he's going to have to pay some fines. He may have to do some anger management and some type of, you know, community service. Girl, who knows? It's going to be some easy shit.
Yeah, I think that they'll be together from now, like starting from now till the end, another year max.
You think it'll take a whole year?
Yeah. Who else is knocking at her door?
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty niggas knocking at Megan Good's door. You think so? She's gorgeous. Absolutely.
Yes, she's gorgeous. She gives lame though. And who else has she dated?
I don't think she's lame.
Oh, she was married.
She was married to that fine ass pastor.
I forgot about that.
She's been off the market for quite a while, and now that she's been with Jonathan Majors, she's back on our radar. She got niggas knocking.
Okay.
And she may be answering the door for some of them. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. To me, for some reason, it just seems like, I don't know, like she'll just let anything slide. And this is speculation say that at all. Only.
Yeah, it is. Just like I'm speculating about Halle, you speculating about
Megan Good.
But
I feel like we grew up with Megan Good. Halle is brand new on the scene. We don't know nothing about this heifer.
Fair, but we don't know nothing going on with Megan Good now. We didn't even know the show she was on.
Well, that's because her acting's not that great. Which is something
clearly hers or Jonathan's. That took me out, and that was at 7:30 in the morning. And I'm in here cackling like that.
Jasmine.
Oh, sis, I was so glad I caught it live.
I'm glad you caught it live as well.
Oh, I added it to the outline immediately.
You couldn't help it. Yeah, of course.
No, I could not help it.
Yeah,
I couldn't. Okay. So now you do yours.
Oh, okay.
Since you've got something you want to bring.
Okay, let me go to our messages. I didn't.
So far, so good, y'all. No freezing.
Yeah, thankfully.
Thank God. Every time I order Domino's, they be tracking my whereabouts. You know when your location is being tracked and it makes it blue up on the time? If I order a pizza on Domino's and close the app, that should still be lit up. Because they have like a tracker so that you can track when your pizza's ready. Mm-hmm. But I don't need you tracking me. I'm tracking the pizza.
Right. Yeah.
Turn the blue light off.
That's interesting. I don't know nothing about that. I'm gonna be honest with you, sis.
Okay.
Okay, so the one of the videos was the DDG talking about being a father.
Cute.
So we already covered that.
Okay.
Another one was because the Emmys and stuff was on. Jay-Z and Hamish Hamilton. I don't know who the fuck that is. That's a white man. He looked shabby. They won an Emmy for outstanding directing for a variety special for the Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show, which was the Rihanna one.
Oh, who is this?
Jay-Z and this white man named Hamish Hamilton.
Oh, I saw that picture. I didn't know who the man was. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know who he is at all, but they directed the halftime show with Rihanna for Apple, and they won an Emmy for that.
Whoa,
that's pretty cool.
That's very cool. I'm shocked.
Another
what did I expect about? We talked about Kiki yesterday.
Yeah, we did talk about Kiki yesterday, and Jasmine Guy, and Storm Reed also won an Emmy.
Gosh, these names, you know, I know. Jasmine Guy.
Storm. She was on Euphoria. She's the younger sister.
Oh, with the
Rue.
white face.
That's
okay.
Rue is Zendaya's name, right, on the show? Okay. It's her younger sister. Jasmine Guy won for Outstanding Actress in a Short Film, Comedy, or Drama Series award for The Chronicles of Jessica Wu. I don't know what the fuck that is. And you've heard of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Storm won the guest actress in a drama series for The Last of Us.
Oh. Huh.
And the last thing, I could not roll my eyes any harder. It was a throwback video that the Shade Room posted of T-Pain.
Oh no, what?
And Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift was rapping. Sis. What?
From what year?
Let me go to it. Hopefully it don't play.
Don't say 2023. Never.
2014. Still too recent for me.
That makes sense though.
2014. Jasmine, you have to see it to believe it.
Just based on where T-Pain was in his career.
It is tragic.
I'm about to look it up.
Okay. It's on the Shade Room. Yeah. Anywho. So that was what I had.
Did somebody send it to us?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll just go to our messages.
Yes, that'll be easier.
Oh boy, why is the internet this way? You gotta scroll up a little bit to find it. Okay.
Are you gonna play some of the sound?
I can.
Okay.
I and will. Oh, I see it. It's not it.
Head to the floor, you shorties never thought I dreamed about rapping hardcore. No, I ain't got a gun. No, I never really been in a club. Still live with my parents, but I'm still a thug. I'm so gangster, you can find me baking cookies at night. I'm like 8 foot 4. Head to the floor, you shorties never thought I dreamed about rapping hardcore. No, I ain't got a gun. No, I never really been in a club. Still live with my parents, but I'm still. You out clubbing, but I just made carols a life. T-Swift and T-Pain rapping on the same track. It's a thug story, tell me, can you handle that? You out clubbing, but I just made carols a life.
You lying.
Jasmine.
This cannot be real.
It is real.
And where was I?
Jasmine, we were grown, working. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we were busy, not thinking about this.
I was always checking for T-Pain. Always. Still am. Always was. Still am. Today. On this day.
Well, that was something that slipped through the cracks for you now, wasn't it?
When did she become popular? Taylor Swift.
Girl, I don't know.
Rise.
Rise to fame.
Rise to fame.
I literally...
Rise. Girl, that was something somebody put. Rise to fame.
I literally
Mid-2000s.
could not care about her any less than I do. Like, I don't never need to hear her name, nothing.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I'm definitely not a Swiftie, but I'm not even I don't even care.
Don't care. Don't need to hear nothing about her. Also, this was just something to add in. Who is the host of the Golden Globes? They say he did a terrible job. Jason something.
Really?
Yeah.
Jason Derulo.
What, sis? Why would make you say that? Host. Is it raining?
No, I was typing, girl, loud. Get
No,
on
I
those.
thought I
Joe
heard-
Coy.
Huh?
Joe Coy.
Yes. What'd I say? Jason? Oops. Yeah, he did a terrible job. He was like, everybody, they took different shots of people's reactions to some of the jokes he be saying. They didn't like.
One of them was about Taylor Swift, and it fell flat.
Yes. And that's what reminded me. He said, basically talking about there were football games that were playing right before this award show. Mm-hmm. And he said,
I got the quote.
Oh, okay. Yeah, please give it to us.
Okay. He said, as you know, we came on after a football doubleheader. The big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL, on the Golden Globes, we have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift, I swear.
And Taylor sipped her drink like.
The camera then cut to Taylor in the audience, who appeared unamused and sipped from her drink. Mm-hmm. In other words, they're showing her too much. This is football. We didn't come here to see no damn Taylor Swift.
Correct.
I get it though. Did she not think somebody was going to try to come at her?
I don't know. But so she wasn't the only person that he like was, making little jokes about. I mean, that's your job as the host, right? But his jokes were falling flat every time.
I never found him to be funny.
I don't know what I've seen him do to even care.
He's familiar. His teeth look like one big block of white.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even look that hard. I'm not pulling them back up.
It says take my word for it, sis.
Okay.
The caption says Golden Globes host Joe Coy confronts bad reviews, admits Taylor Swift joke was weird and flat. I'd be lying if I said backlash doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to kill him with this one.
He really thought he was gonna. And that's the thing, because it fell so flat. But he didn't let it deter him, which I guess is a good thing, because you're hosting this entire show. But he kept making jokes and nobody was laughing. It's like, okay, we'll change it up. Or just be straight-laced after that. Like, no more jokes, just do the show. I don't know.
Well, no, his lines are written on the damn teleprompter. It's too late.
Oh, that's true.
He's got to say something.
Oh, you right, sis. Well, they're not going to have him back, so that's a done deal.
Well, no. Why would they? Okay, so moving on.
They were desperate.
Bianca Censori had a birthday. She celebrated in Vegas, actually. And Kanye posted a heartfelt post about her birthday.
Was it AI who wrote it?
No, it is one big ass run-on sentence. So no. Okay. It says, happy birthday to the most beautiful, super bad, iconic muse, inspirational, talented girl. There are commas needed. I'm reading it exactly how he's writing.
Okay, yeah, please.
Happy birthday to the most beautiful, super bad, iconic muse, inspirational, talented artist, master's degree in architecture, 140 IQ, loving by my side.
I'm interrupting. And then you got to start over again. I'm sorry. How does the master's degree...
Because she's smart. He about to get into it. He said 140 IQ.
Okay, but like he said happy birthday to the master's degree is not a descriptor. She has one, but it don't even make sense sentence structure wise. Go ahead. Start over. Sorry.
Yeah, he was rambling because he's too busy in love. I don't know.
Okay. Dizzy.
Happy birthday to the most beautiful, super bad, iconic muse, inspirational, talented artist, master's degree in architecture, 140 IQ, loving by my side every day of the week. When that was me ad-libbing. That's not part of it. Every day when half the world turned their backs on me, and the most amazing stepmom to our children. I love you so much. Thank you for sharing your life with me. Not a period or comma in sight. I'm exhausted. Now here's what got me. The picture he decided to post of her is the old her before you got to her.
Oh, that's the old, really cute
Bianca. She looks beautiful. She looks like Kim, and that's the one he decided to post. But you turned her into Pete Davidson,
a robot, not Pete Davidson.
Yeah. So then he proceeds to post pictures, multiple pictures on his page. So if you go to his Instagram, he's got 9 posts, and they are all of pictures with her. He erased all of his other pictures on Instagram. It is just her, and it is just for her birthday. And each picture has a caption. Okay. This one says, I miss you when I wake up before you.
All right.
Those are furry boots there. The next one, flex. Okay. The next one, caption this. Long boobs. You impressed? You know, you don't want this? Y'all know who ran the summer? Sock boy.
Is she carrying a pillow?
Sis, yeah, she's in all nude spandex and she's got her security pillow with her. It's a bomb in that pillow. She ready to blow
Jasmine,
her own fuse at any moment because she's sick and tired of being sick and tired. She's got the detonator in her bra. She ain't got no bra.
Stop it.
The detonator's in her mouth.
No.
That's why she don't speak. Okay, another one.
Like on Rush Hour, remember? He had it, Jackie Chan had it in his mouth. It was taped and it was red on his cheek. He said, boom, boom. And he said, I did say bomb. I said this, boom. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do vaguely remember that. Okay, the last one that he posted, no caption needed.
Huh?
He bleeped out the nipples. She is in a spandex number. She's not nude. She's in spandex. But
She pretty much is nude. That's nude.
Yeah. Now, it looks as though they had a dinner in Vegas for her birthday. I wonder how old she turned. That I don't know.
She's in her 20s, I think.
20s. 29th. 29 was sticking out to me, but I wanted to be sure. She... Bitch, you got to see what she wore to her dinner. I know it's in Vegas.
I saw it.
So I know you saw it. Okay, well, in case anybody else has not, let me zoom in. She's sitting at this dinner with this girl. It looked like a doily with tassels hanging down on her head.
Oh, no.
And a bikini just barely covering her nipples. How silly do you look?
Girl, that looks like one of the Flapper Girls hats. That's what that looked like.
Yes, and then this bikini. And she's sitting up here for her birthday. He's fully dressed.
Boobs are literally falling onto the table.
This can't be comfortable. There's so many other looks that she could be wearing. She didn't dress like this before him. It's like she is just his muse.
That's what he's called her.
That is so bizarre.
It is bizarre. But he seems to do this with whoever he's with. Remember, he changed Kim's style. He didn't like what she was wearing. Now, he didn't go this far.
No, Kim was like, no, you're not finna have me at my birthday wearing a damn string bikini.
And
I don't
honestly,
know what the bottoms look like, but what?
I'm just thinking in very normal terms. When I go out to eat, I'm chilly. Every time. Every restaurant is a little too chilly for me. If I gotta walk in there with literally nothing on, I'm never
she's
comfortable.
going into like coffee shops with nylon over covering her entire body.
It's so
in what world are you comfortable? And then he's covering his face like he don't want to be noticed. We're looking at your girl because she's nude in here. What? It's bizarre. It's a control thing. Bizarre. They're both off. I don't know if he's got her gagged to where she can't. Have we ever heard her voice for real?
I have not, but I ain't looked to find it.
Well, remember we came and said that her family and friends, lifelong family and friends,
saying
were
like
concerned
this
about her
ass. And yeah.
Any hoodle. You had ran all yours off, didn't you? You were supposed to do them interchangeably with mine.
No, it was all about the Golden Globes for the most part, and I wasn't going to split those up.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I could just run these off. Kanye's album Vultures, it's been pushed back again. There's no date.
Vulture is about to attract vultures because it sounds like it's dead. Oh my God. Like, you're kidding me.
Hey.
You're joking.
Night.
This is ridiculous.
There's no... Sorry. What else? Nia Long. Oh, this was good.
Okay.
Her man. Did you see anything about Nia Long? Good. She left her man because he...
Yes, the coach of whatever thing that was.
South Carolina. Don't give me the line, Joe. I can tell you though. I think it's South Carolina. Oops. Houston Rockets. Girl. like in South Carolina from?
I do not know.
Head coach for the Houston Rockets.
I thought it was the Boston Celtics.
Girl, it was at the time. Ooh, you got a good memory now. He must be the coach of the Houston Rockets.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe it was just because I don't know. It had me remember it because I was thinking Boston Celtics, huh? Okay. Like, I don't know. I just, you rarely think of them. And so I kept reading it and I was like, okay, it's stuck. But anyway.
Good memory, sis. Yes, he was the coach. In April, he assumed the role of head coach of Houston Rockets after his dismissal from the Celtics.
Okay. Cool.
Now we're here. We're back. Well, they have one child together.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Nia Long has the son 95% of the time in LA with her. Okay. And so the remaining 5%, he's going to spend time with his dad.
Okay.
Ime is the daddy's name. Anywho, girl, do you want to guess how much he has to pay her a month in child support? Good guess.
It's going to be a lot, especially if she has him so much.
Take a guess.
Is this like per month that it's saying or like a year?
Per month.
Okay. $20,000.
I thought you were going to overshoot it.
I almost did.
No. They have mutually agreed on a monthly amount of $32,500.
Damn.
He has, girl, this is what blew me. He has a monthly disposable income of $466,000 per month. Disposable income.
Just
bills have been
fun
paid. $500,000 a month is my fun money. That is unreal to me.
You fucking lying.
No. It's because I was like, 32,000, that's a lot. What is he again? He a head coach of what? Girl, I thought of high school. No. He's the head coach of Houston. Okay, I get it. But like, that's a lot. How much is he getting paid? Anywho.
Millions.
Girl, the amount for child support was supposed to be $56,000, but they both settled on 32.
So she gave him a break.
She gave him a huge break. Almost half.
Honestly, it's still like a drop in the bucket for $500,000 that you literally could do whatever you want with every month. It's gonna come back around every time.
Fair,
bitch.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah, it is a drop in the bucket, I guess, for him. Yeah, that's crazy. To be rich, oh gosh. But then you got problems like this.
Oh, major problems. Yeah,
I could see why there were a couple.
Girl, let's move on to this alternating segment.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Switch up.
Oh, child. You aight, sis? All right. This alternating segment, we're going to do You Aight, sis, which is like our embarrassing moments. But before we get into it, I came across something on Baller Alert.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, we could definitely at least bring this up and talk about it.
Okay.
This girl posted screenshots between her and this guy she was dating, talking to, getting to know. So let me read to you what her caption is, and then I'll read to you the
conversation.
Text messages. Yeah.
Okay.
The screenshot. She said, don't ever feel like you gonna fuck with me with this mindset. And before you niggas come talking shit in my messages, we've been talking for months. I've cooked for him, washed his clothes, combed his daughter's hair, and some more shit. And wasn't none of that my responsibility. Am I wrong? Right. I'm not wrong. Somebody tell me I'm not wrong. Okay?
Okay. Ooh. Sounds
the messages
already.
The messages read. The guy, I'll just say the guy and the girl.
Okay.
The guy asked, you good? She said, yeah, you? He said, just got off. You don't need nothing before I go in? That's a sweet question. Mm-hmm. She said, diapers. I don't get off till late and he's almost out. The guy said, you want me to get your son some diapers? ? She said, you asked me what I needed.
Right.
He said, no funny shit, but that's for his daddy to do, ma. I meant like something to sip on when you get off. She said, why the fuck did you ask me what I needed?
Right.
With a laughing, crying face emoji. She said, dang, so you'll bring me some alcohol but not diapers? That's crazy, love. Pay attention to her nicknames as this goes on. It got funny. He says, you taking it the wrong way, ma. I'm saying that's not my responsibility to do that. His daddy supposed to do that. She said, nigga, first of all, my son doesn't even have a father. And you knowing that is making your response to this shit way worse. You hit me up asking if I needed something. I didn't hit you up asking if
could you do something?
Yes, something I needed. Girl, zoom in. It's blurry as hell. He said, you right, ma, my bad. She said, have a good night, honey snooch.
What? Honey snooch?
He said, what you about to do? Now, come on, champ. Huh? She said, finna go get my son some diapers, love. Take care. He said, can I pull up later? Want to see you bad.
No, you don't. No, the fuck you don't. Because if you wanted to see her that badly, you would have came with 2 packs of diapers like, boom, boom, let's do it. I mean, like.
Exactly.
What?
And that's what the comments were saying. Okay, he said, can I pull up later? I want to see you bad. She said, nigga, you can pull my number out your phone. She said, you were this. She used this emoji. You were this close to getting this pussy too. I'm weak. He said, what you mean? WYM. I hate that.
Oh, I do too.
She said, I'm cool on you, love muffin. This ain't gonna work out with the eyes. I'm about to cry eyes emoji. He said, don't do this shit to me, ma. I could get the diapers. She said, I'm good, pumpkin butt. Take care though.
Pumpkin butt?
So then he said, Brittany, please stop. Another message. Answer the phone. Another message. What size he need? Another message. So you done? And that was the end of it.
Thoughts? He learned a lesson that day.
I thought it was hilarious.
He learned a lesson.
I don't know if he really did. I don't know if he really learned it or not.
No, he did.
But
because he realized instantly, oh, I fucked up. And now, no, I'll get the diapers. No, if that's what you want, I'll go. It's too late. You've already made an ass of yourself. Pumpkin butt, it's done.
Pumpkin butt, it's done. It's over. Delete my, I said pull my number
out
your phone. Now
she's funny.
The consensus of, she was very funny. The consensus of the comments underneath that post were basically what you're saying. Like, you should have pulled up with, somebody actually said pull up with 2. I would have pulled up with 2 sets of diapers. This was, men were commenting and women. So it was a nice little mix back and forth. Everybody was pretty much in agreement. Somebody else was saying, like, y'all got to stop messing with single moms like this. If you have zero interest in having stepkids or treating other people's kids like your own,
they're yours,
leave her alone. Don't even bother.
Right.
You don't want to get your son. But like she said before, she's combed his daughter's hair. She's cooked for the kids before. Bingo. So she's done all these things, but you can't even go to the store. You was already willing to go to the store.
Right.
And grab some Pampers, and you could have brought a bottle of wine.
Aisle.
You could have brought a bottle of wine with it. Mm-hmm.
And the part that really rings the truest for me was he asked her.
Yeah.
She didn't say, hey, would you mind on your way home getting some diapers? He said, you need anything before I come home? Actually, yeah, I need some diapers. What? You want me to get this other man's son diaper? It's exhausting.
It is exhausting. Men can be just so damn stupid. God, dog, you missed the opportunity to get that cootie cat. That would have been the perfect way to get in. You brought her diapers for her son. She's gonna be so happy, and you brought something for her to sip on. Just it don't have to be expensive.
No,
just buy a little thing of diapers for her to get
by. Right.
If it's a money thing, but I'm guessing it's not. He was willing to buy a bottle.
Yeah.
Pampers aren't the cost of.
It didn't have anything to do with the money, it being a hassle. It's it was the fact that it's not his kid, and he feels like it's not on me. What?
But she could do shit for his child, so.
Which is crazy.
Woo-oo.
The fact that he is a parent makes this even more egregious.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Like, you know, and you've asked her to do things for your kids, and you let her.
Or may not have even asked. She did them because she cares. And you clearly don't care. So,
yeah. And she didn't even throw that back in his face. That's crazy. I would have thrown that all back at him. Remember this?
But honestly, she didn't need to. She got him straight together
Fair.
without it. So
Hook, line, and sinker. Now he's on the interwebs. Embarrassed. Yeah. Okay, we are doing embarrassing moments.
Yeah.
I only have one because
she's terrible.
I don't have shame.
Yeah, you do.
Barely.
Barley. I'm gonna do two.
Okay. So you go first.
The first one I'll start with is mild. The second one is a little bit more on the racy side.
Oh.
I don't even know if you know this story, the second one, so we'll see.
Okay, let's hear it.
So the first one is a two-parter, and it's both parts are embarrassing. So Jasmine, focus. We planned Jasmine's bachelorette party without her knowledge, and it was in North Carolina, Asheville, to be specific. And so typically when Jazz and I are going to go on a trip, like we're sending each other screenshots of flights, and, you know, we're keeping each other in the loop as far as travel goes because we're planning a trip together. Well, it was a surprise. So I did all of that on my own. Big mistake. Huge. Now, I booked it. I found it. It was a cheap flight. I was super excited. I was like, oh, this is going to be perfect. Then when it came time to tell her, because she was obviously going to have to meet us there, I told her where it was going to be. I told her the dates that we were going to be there. She was like, okay, cool. I'll drive.
You guys actually surprised me with like a little letter or something in my email or something explaining, and it was rhyming or something.
What?
Yeah.
I don't remember
I think
this.
Joy wrote.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, because I was like, I don't remember that at all, baby girl. Okay. So yes, obviously she had a couple people in her bridal party, so it wasn't just like me planning this. It was
she had help.
Two of us, but yeah. Anywho.
Yeah.
So by the time she knows where it is, she knows that it's happening. I'm telling her, like, you know, I may need you to pick me up from the airport when I get in. She was like, okay, well, send me your flight itinerary. Send it to her, like, you're welcome. And she said, Jess, are you serious? I was like, yeah. And she was like, it says you get in at midnight.
PM, bitch.
Yes, AM. And I said, no, it should be noon. She said, sis, I'm looking at it. It's midnight. And I said, huh?
Now her heart dropping to her stomach. Her Irish hoe.
It literally did. And then I was thinking, what do I do now? And I think I booked it, bitch, through Expedia. Big mistake. So I had to get on the horn with them to try and change my flight.
And pay a shit ton to try to change it at that.
Girl, a mess, and still was going to get there later than what I thought I was going to, you know, noon or whatever. Because I was supposed to be there early so we could get the place open. Yeah, I mean, like, anyway. So long story short, I had to change my flight to fly into Atlanta, which is where Joy was driving from. Mm-hmm. And ride the rest of the way with her because it was too expensive to do direct. And it was very sweet that she agreed to, you know, drive me the rest of the way and all of that. But then that meant I was on her time. And so I was so pressed. I was like, I gotta get there. And she's like, I'm not rushing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, oh. So I'm, you know.
And when me and Jess travel, we like
we're getting.
We
to the
gotta get
destination.
there.
Yeah.
I don't want to lag. And
the trip doesn't start until we're together.
Correct.
And
now,
so,
if we're together and we want to beat the boop, that's fine.
Exactly.
But until we're together, the trip has not started.
It has not begun. Correct. And so I flew into ATL. You know that airport is a mess. And I got on the, you have to get on the metro or whatever, like a real train. And then it like drops you off on the streets. And so I asked her, what stop am I getting off at? I've never done this. I don't know. She tells me the street. Well, the little map on the thing isn't very clear to me. So I'm still confused. So I'm on the train and I asked this lady, hey, is the next stop blah, 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 blah? And she was like, yeah. I said, oh, great. So I get off. It was too early. I got off too early.
Yeah.
And so she's waiting on me like, hey, where are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm at the stop. And she's like, no, you're not. Because I'm here. So then we had to triangulate. Where are you? What do you see? Girl, it was a mess. Started out the trip just stress.
And you did.
Overall, the trip was incredible. We had a great time.
It was. We had such a good time.
In hindsight, is it a big deal? No, but I felt like I missed a lot.
Yeah.
And
what time did you end up getting there? It was that night.
It was in the evening.
Yeah.
It was before midnight, but
it was before midnight. Correct. Because we were supposed to go out that night or do something inside that night. That night, we stayed in and played games and like talked.
And I was still a part of that.
Gag gifts.
I was still a part of that.
You were there for that.
Chanel,
so that was perfect.
Yeah, because Chanel was there for that. And
yeah, she brought them little nipple clamps. That was funny. So yeah, I mean, we had a good ass time and it worked out the way that it was supposed to, but I understand you not being happy with
I was like,
the arrangement.
Yeah. But yes, so super
that
embarrassing.
Was funny. Yeah, that is embarrassing. And you know, we live and we learn.
We do.
Okay,
I double check every time from now on. I will
you
never
have
be caught
to
in that situation
when
again.
you're buying big money. We also fly typically with Southwest, so they'd be like, "Oh, you made a mistake? No problem. My pleasure."
That's true.
There's the Chick-fil-A of flights.
Absolutely, they are.
Yeah. Okay, my embarrassing moment. I don't know if this is. It was embarrassing at the time, so yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
This was at the same job where I bent over and booted in front of my boss. For my last embarrassing moment.
Okay, yeah.
Same boss, same job.
Okay.
And I want to say my other boss, who was my boss's boss, was around me. I don't remember if it was both of them or not. Anywho, they're both white. Let me start there.
Okay.
This was back when you were on Facebook. Like we were in college, so Facebook was that girl.
That was our girl. Yeah,
it was that girl. You're on Facebook all the time. I don't remember us having the Facebook app. I think you had to be on a computer at this time. I don't remember having it on our phones back then.
No, you did have to have it on a computer. Absolutely.
Yeah, so you're at work. You're logged into Facebook in the background. This was also a time where Facebook chat was a big deal, and me and Jess used to chat all day long. It don't matter where we were, we're chatting. And maybe we had it on our phones if we're chatting like in class and stuff.
Did I say nigga?
I was on Facebook and my boss was behind me looking at pictures of something. I must have been showing her something. And here go Jessica ignorant ass. Pops up a chat that says, nigger! Hard R, hard ER. She gasped. Remember when we used to call each other nigger like as a joke? We used to just do it in chats or messages. Nigger. That's just what we used to do. You did that. You started off our messages right there. And she was like, I said, it's okay. It's okay. I don't want to say her name. It's okay. I was like, she's playing. Like, that's my sister. It's okay. She's joking. How embarrassing. How do I explain that away?
You can't. You can't.
Huh?
I'm shocked you weren't fired that day.
Clearly, it was okay for me to be on Facebook if I was showing her pictures, but oh my God, I felt so small. There was nothing I could say.
Oh yeah, how do you get around that?
She was with me for the long haul. She still texts me from time to time. Yes, she does.
No, she don't. Oh,
yes, she does.
Okay.
Yeah, I talked to her last year. She'll check in, see how the kids and stuff are doing, and she invites us.
Yeah. Okay. All righty. Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah.
I know who it is.
Same job.
Oh, she saw it. Now
I grew up there.
I met her. Okay. Oh, well.
Oh, yeah. You knew her. You've been at her house.
Yeah. I didn't realize that happened with her. Ooh.
Yeah.
Now I'm embarrassed.
Well, you should be.
Shocked you didn't come.
Okay, let's hear yours.
That word has been used negatively for years. Okay, so this one is the racy one. So buckle up.
Okay, I'm scared.
You should be. I'm scared. But I have no shame, so I'm telling y'all about it.
Okay,
so this was when
not you sweating.
No.
No, okay.
Oh, no, I'm not sweating. I'd be shiny, but I'm not sweating.
No, you did this like you were wiping.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just wiping my little forehead.
Okay.
If that's okay with you. So this was when I was living still in Illinois, Naperville. And I was working at a certain job.
Okay, I know.
Okay.
I know exactly what
I was a security guard. And I was young, cute, and
red hair,
single as a dollar bill. And horned up.
Yes.
Well, where I was living, I didn't know that many people. Huh?
I said, close your ears, James.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You too, Trace.
Just leave the whole episode, James, right now. It's okay. We're at the end. You don't need to hear this.
Right.
So I didn't have many like people I could just call up, and most of my fuck buddies were Chicago niggas. So if I needed something quick, fast, and in a hurry, I can't call them.
No.
Okay. And so I started a in-work fling with this guy who was not even the slightest bit attractive.
I think you told me about him.
Oh, I may have.
Oh, okay.
I may have. I couldn't remember if I told you all of this or not, or just about the guy.
I know you told me about the guy because I remember you saying he's not a looker.
Not at all. Not at all. Like, never would I look his way if I was in my right mind and I had options. It's my point.
I'm now remembering vaguely what he looks like and details about him. I will fact check when you're done telling the story.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I found him on Facebook when I thought of this, so I'll send you an updated picture. He married now. Okay.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
That's good for you, Sue.
And she black. I'm shocked. So I was bored, and it was something to do.
Okay.
Now, when I tell you, we would just have make-out sessions and like a little. No, not at work. Like after work and stuff like that.
Okay.
And like heavy petting. That's literally as far as it would go. But it was it was something to do, sis, because I've had so many raging hormones going on, and I needed to release them.
Okay.
It was just something to do. Okay. So, it was going on for a little bit. Okay. One time he was at my apartment and we're hot and heavy. Okay. Then he decides in his brain, I'm about to smash. And I said, no, you're not. This isn't what this is.
Why not though?
Because I don't want it. I don't want him to actually penetrate me and move my numbers up. That's not the right answer. No. This is a
what's
play
the
thing.
Kissing for?
Just because, Jasmine, don't try to understand it. You won't.
Okay.
But the line,
I feel like that's the next step.
No, the line was never planning to be crossed for me.
Okay.
I don't know if he thought, oh, we're going to date after this. She about to be my mom. No, we're not.
No.
The answer's no. And so.
Okay.
So he basically gestures at, let's get it on. And I said, no.
What's the gesture?
I mean, I don't remember what he said exactly. Come here. No. But he was just like, I mean, do you want to? And I was like, no. And he was like, well, why not?
Fuck you too, bitch.
No, he was like, well, why not? And I was just like, I don't want to. And then he kind of was getting a little butt hurt. Like, well, kind of huffy puffy. And I said, okay, well, go ahead then. I lay flat like this, starfish. Go ahead then. Go. Jasmine. Then he started to get flustered. Uh-oh, too much pressure. Now he has to perform.
Well, he's got to get there. You made him go soft when you said no.
Well, it was little.
Now
anyway.
He's got to rev it back up.
It was little anyway. It does not matter. It was never going to do anything. Promise you. Then he tries to, put it in. It is as soft as a baby's bottom.
So it won't go in.
Doesn't go in.
Meat
doesn't go in. Doesn't go in. And then my face is doing one of these. That's what I thought. Cause you can't handle me if you had it. That's the thing. I'm trying to save you from you. Okay, so then it's not over. No. So then I'm looking at him like, oh my God. Yeah, what else do you have in your bag of tricks? If this ain't gonna do it, what else are you gonna pull out? Well, then I guess he got kind of upset, like, oh man, now she said, okay, I can't even rise to the occasion.
Right.
So then he bends down to do something. He farts audibly. So loud. It is so loud. And he basically just crumbles into a shell. And I was just like, all because you wanted to take it further than it needed to go. Pull my number about your phone, player. Huh? You will never see me again.
So you never called him after that?
Well, it just fizzled out.
You did.
No. It fizzled out. It's like you wanted to take it too far, further than I.
Too soon, too far.
Yeah, like I never wanted it to go this far. So you're doing too much. Also, humble yourself. But then it's like, then you go and mess up that moment. It's like it's run its course.
For
That's what he asked for.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. So was it secondhand embarrassment for you?
Absolutely. And
I do remember
he was so embarrassed. I didn't like make fun of him or anything. Yeah, I didn't do that. But I was just looking at him like, okay. Boy, get up out of here.
Get up.
And I told Brian, walk him to the door. Bye, see you.
You lying.
Okay. My dog, Brian.
Really
I'm just
did want to humble him.
No, I'm just joking.
I do remember that specific detail that he had a small wee-wee. That I do remember. And that's how I could picture him. But I thought y'all did try or something. And that's why I remembered him.
He did try. That is exactly what happened. He absolutely tried.
So
and I laid there like, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Let me see what you about to do. Oh, nothing? Okay, that's what I thought.
He's never forgotten you.
I know he hasn't.
And now that you looked him up on Facebook, you're going to come up in his suggested friends.
Oh, I don't care.
You'll be having a friend request in the moment.
And it'll go
because he wants you to see that his life turned out all right.
Just like everybody else.
So you had to see him at work?
Yes.
And y'all had to work elbow to elbow?
No, definitely
post
not
to post.
No, you don't have, you didn't work alongside with anybody. You're pretty much by yourself.
Okay. Yeah. That's embarrassing.
Extremely.
Well, the beginning half of this episode was complete chaos with my internet, but it turned out fine.
It sure did.
Once we waited.
It sure did.
I'm glad this was a good 100th episode, I feel.
Okay, great. Now y'all know me a little bit better, I guess.
What if he's a listener?
He's not.
Oh boy, he's embarrassed all over again, and his wife is gonna know exactly who you're talking about.
It's happened with her, you think? On their wedding night, I bet.
No, he was nervous. He knows how to pull the clues together. Small ween he used to work at during this time.
Oh, for real?
Oh, you for real? Wonder if he's still in Chicago. All right, in the episode, girl.
I don't know.
I gotta edit tonight, huh?
Yeah, you do. burped. Follow us, if you please, on Instagram, Threads. I posted something on Threads that I thought was hilarious. I was high when I posted it, and I was very disappointed that no one liked it. Okay. Please follow us. Please, we're begging you on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Sis Let Me Tell You Podcast. Join our Facebook discussion group. It's called Sis Let Me Tell You Podcast group. We get in there. We talk about the episodes. We talk about random shit. We talk about the housewives and stuff like that. Polls, pictures, videos, all kinds of stuff. And you're talking to us directly. So you kind of feel more connected. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is another place where you can actually see our visual episodes along with Spotify if you don't just want to hear our voices. And I ain't looking like nothing today, but we have a Patreon where we have bonus content on there. You can search our name, Sis Let Me Tell You Podcast. It'll come right up. And you can join for a 7-day free trial and get extra stuff from us, different from what we do on here. If you see anything while scrolling on social media this week that you would like us to cover for next week's episode, tag us in it, send it to us in a DM. We had 3 listener suggestions. Well, actually more than that because of the extras on this episode alone. We will absolutely bring it to the table. We love when y'all do that. It makes it so much simpler to know what you want to hear. Yeah. So, and before leaving, whatever app you're on, give us a 5-star rating and leave us a glowing review. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Send us a voice memo like Jilly.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Happy 2024. Happy 100th episode. Bye.
Bye.